If you're looking to get yourself some Ultimate Team coins from a reliable source, then check out ultimatecoinexchange.com. Link is in the description down below. Use your code L83 for 10% off. Hello, this is Leech83. How we doing? Welcome to this future SBC preparation video, you could call it. It's not really an investment video because I don't see there being too much opportunity to make coins on the players. But what I would say is if you prepare yourself early, it will save yourself some coins in the long run. Basically, on March the 17th, it's St Patrick's Day, and every year that I can remember on FIFA Ultimate Team, there has been a St Patrick's Day special. Now, this year, with the introduction of the Squad Builder challenges, I think it's around about this time they will introduce the Keane SBC, and they will also potentially bring out the green cards to the players once again. If they did bring out the green cards, then what I would reckon is it would be like a team of the tournament from the African Cup of Nations style squad, where you would need a mixture of the League of Ireland and also from and just basically Republic of Ireland players. A little bit of a mix and match, or just straight up Republic of Ireland players, maybe from like one or two different leagues. This team is set up using the team made up from two different leagues. They're either from the Premiership or the Championship. It's how we've got this team here in front of us. Yes, there's a couple of concept players who have just not got around to buying yet, but they are available pretty cheap anyway, so they are. I'll go through them all in a little bit of a minute. So that's where I think if you're going to need a full Ireland team, then this team here is where you're going to, like, where I would probably set myself going about buying these players as soon as you possibly can. One of them in particular at the moment is already being attempted to be price locked, and that is Stephen Ward, the silver left back from Burnley. At the moment he is open bid, available on around about 1500 coins, but there's a few of them already price locked well above that. There's not too many of them under on or around the 1500. There's one. Watch a minute. Continue and just wait a wee second. That one's been bought. I bought that one at 700 mate. I'm going to keep a hold of that. I'll just put him on the transfer list. I'll keep a hold of that. That's a potential future investment. The reason I've done that is because he is the highest rated left back from the Republic of Ireland. So if you go and get yourself a couple of Stephen Wards, that is one route for investment. The second route for a potential investment is an inform card. Now at the moment, Seamus Coleman has got two informs, an 84 and an 86. His 84 card is available for around about 50 something K, around about that, and his second inform is anywhere from 80 to about 120k. I've not seen too many of them on the market to go and like properly check his price, so but I don't think that'd be worth investing in. Kieran Westwood, however, has an inform card, and his card at the moment is going for around about 16,000 coins, which is pretty easily picked up, so get yourself one of those in case you need it. So far with the squad builder challenges, there's nothing to say there's been any sort of pattern or anything like that, but given the fact it's St Patrick's Day, I think it might be the prime opportunity for EA to drop the Roy Keane SBC, because with the Legend SBC, it'd be a perfect time to bring his out. You would probably need a full Republic of Ireland team because if he's obviously involved in the current Republic of Ireland setup, so you probably need a full team from the Republic, like this one we've got here is just now. A team made up of a couple of Man United players, Premier League players, and then maybe his like greatest rivals, so you might need to put like a couple of Arsenal players in there just in case that one comes up, because obviously his most noted rival was obviously Patrick Vieira, so they might do a little spin on that one, so it's worthwhile maybe getting a couple of Arsenal players, a couple of Man United players in a little squad just in case that one should come, and then a potential full League of Ireland team. I don't know whether that one would happen, but again, the players are that cheap that you wouldn't really be spending anything on it. It really wouldn't be like any sort of loss on it, so it might be worthwhile planning ahead to get yourself a few of the players set up. If they just done the green cards again, then like I say, they would do like a potentially like they did with the African Cup of Nations team of the tournament. You would get one of the cards for completing a particular SBC, and it would again, as I say, it would probably be a full team made of either Republic of Ireland or Northern Ireland players, and then you would get one of the players randomly out the pack. It's probably the kind of way I see them doing it, but the Roy Keane one is probably the most likely out of the two options. So getting yourself the Ireland players just now, well, their prices are so low, is definitely worthwhile, and maybe, as I say, potentially investing in at least a Kieran Westwood, just to keep yourself right in case they drop in that little inform requirement. As for players that will be the most expensive, then if you were wanting a Robbie Keane, he is no longer in packs, and at the moment he is going for over 4,000 coins. There's a couple on open bid, but there's not many at all. So take your time and maybe see if you could get a Robbie Keane. I don't think he'll necessarily be a requirement, but whether he's a future investment or not, that's still to be seen. But I'd definitely say, like, it would be up to you whether you want to go and spend the 4,000 on him to get him into your team. His price is only going to get higher as less people put him up for sale, and as you can see, by taking him out in the place of Shane Long, it doesn't actually change anything to with the rating. So if you were looking for a 76 rated team, you wouldn't necessarily need him. So keep that in mind as well when it comes to building the team and getting your team together. I would definitely say that getting your the two gold centre backs, Seamus Coleman, getting a Stephen Ward is a must, because there's no way that you won't need a 4-4, like at least 4 at the back. So I would definitely get yourself a Stephen Ward. Brady's easily obtainable, as is Gibson, McCarthy and Houlihan. Long is at discard price as well, as is Edie McGeady. So pretty easy team to build. Shea Given's still there as well, no Whelan, also Stephen Ireland also. So there's plenty of options in regards of cheap gold players to go out and buy, and I would recommend getting them all to give yourself at least 11 for, as I say, for the future potential SBCs that might come up. Just keep yourself stocked up with the cards, because you don't want to be left on the day having to pay for more of them, because Coleman's card will go up in price. You probably, rather than paying like 2.5k to 3k for him just now, you probably pay like 5, maybe 6k for him. The rest of them, maybe McGeady might go up a little bit, Shane Long would maybe go up a bit. The rest of them, because they're non-rare golds, wouldn't really be too affected by the price change, but it's worthwhile just kind of getting them, as I say, prepare early. It saves yourselves a few coins in the long run, and you've got a few weeks to do it. So pick up a couple of players at a time, and just, as I say, build your team on the sidelines, and then you've got it there should the SBCs come. If it doesn't happen, then the players aren't going to go down anymore in price, because you're going to be able to pick them up at the discard, so you're not going to be losing out at all. You'll be able to just list them up for what you got them for, and you shouldn't be out of pocket in any way. So I hope you find this useful. It's my first time attempting one of these little preparation videos. This is the method that I used to do the Lee Griffiths SBC. I quietly sat in the background and bought all the players from the SPFL and made sure I was well prepared for the coming up, and then it just so happened that it all fell into place at the right time, and everything worked out well. So prepare, think ahead, look for a few players, try and get yourself a couple of bargains, and as I say, if you maybe even pick up a few of those Stephen Wards, you might have an opportunity to make some coins as well. But hopefully, as I say, you found this useful. If you have, then drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you in the next one. You take it easy.